Hello, Bob Davis here, and I'm about to try out for the very first time my new GoPro 360 Max camera, which I'm very excited about. First time out on the bike with it today. I've been intrigued by this camera by watching others' YouTube videos, and it really does seem very versatile. For example, look at this, I can pick up a sideways view. That's Ogmore Castle you can see in the distance there, just behind the fence. And meanwhile, I'm keeping my eyes on the road. The camera is capturing that. I'm not actually looking that way. You'll be pleased to hear. Switch to the other side of the road. There's the pelican in her piety. And yeah, it's just a grand route, one of my favourite roads. And look at the quality of this capture. It actually captures video in 5.6K, which is why it captures the whole 360 scene around you, but then you can edit it down and the quality is still pretty good. I think you'll agree. Here we are now, we're going down into Ogmore car park. Bit of a treacherous place in the summer because motorists are looking for parking spaces and not bikes. Makes it a bit hazardous for us bikers. But it's deserted today, as you can see. I find it a little disconcerting to be able to just pan around like this and look at the view, even when I'm watching it back, because the biker in me is saying, whoa, get your eyes back on the road. But in fact, of course, my eyes never left the road. This is all done in the post-editing process. And one of the reasons that put me off buying one of these cameras for so long was I was a bit worried that with shooting 360 degrees all around you, that I might spend hours and hours editing to get a very short video, and that hasn't proved the case. I did this ride in a morning. I was back by lunchtime because it was bitterly cold, and I put this video together on my iPhone using the GoPro app in the space of an afternoon. I mean, what you're seeing is the final edited version with my voiceover and a few titles, but really the bulk of this video was put together on the iPhone, which I think is pretty amazing. The editing software is quite something. And I can just spin around and look behind me so that you could see me, or you can see what's in front of me. You could see what's above me if I panned up, and you could see the road if I panned down. The wide angle does make lampposts and buses tend to look a bit bendy. That's not a bendy bus. You can see as they get towards the edge of the screen, the lampposts kind of curl over. But I can live with that because you're capturing all the views. This is a beautiful road between Ogmore and Southern Down, and I've always admired it. I've tried capturing it before, but on a GoPro you can only really see this sort of view. You can see the road straight ahead, and even in wide angle you don't get a lot more than this. If you have a helmet mounted camera, then the temptation is to swivel your head round to look at the view, but there is a danger in doing that you could get carried away and sail off the road or into an oncoming vehicle. So it looks now like I'm veering over the road, but in fact I'm keeping dead straight on the road and I'm just swiveling around a camera angle to enjoy this stunning view. You can look behind you as well, like this glance over the shoulder. It appears that I'm glancing over my shoulder, but I'm not. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. I spotted a car coming towards this bend, so I'm expecting to meet something. Yep, there he is. The other thing, which I must admit I didn't notice at first, my wife Diana noticed it when I was showing her the video, is the sound is much improved on these GoPros. When I shot previous videos on my old GoPro, the wind noise in the microphone was such that really it was unlistenable. You couldn't bear to listen to it after a few minutes. So I used to just mute the sound and then put a musical soundtrack on it. But with this GoPro that you can hear the engine noise. There's a little bit of wind noise, to be fair, but nothing like as unbearable as on the old machines. And you can zoom in, you can pan around, you can zoom in on this gate here as we go down to Dunraven Bay, and then you can pan out again, and you can spin around through 360 degrees. I think this has got to be the safest video you can use on a motorcycle to get the maximum views of the scenery around you. I've always felt when I've got back from a trip that the video never really does justice to the scenery, but this comes pretty close. I hope you'll agree. Here we are coming down into Dunraven Bay. And all this video was shot in one shot. I just switched the GoPro on right at the start of the ride, and I'll be switching it off just as soon as I stop in this car park. So all of this has been captured in one long take. I think there's about 2 hours of battery life, so I should have plenty left. The downside of shooting in 5.6K is they're big files, so they take quite a while to download, especially if you're loading them up to the cloud to work on your PC, but it's fairly fast on the phone, I have to say. Here we are, side stand on, engine off, and here I am in my own little world. This is one of the gimmicks of the camera that I like. And there's my Heath Robinson setup. I'm going to have to get a better mount than this. I know there are better mounts available. I just cobbled together what I had because I was dying to use this camera. I'm shooting this now on my iPhone 11, of course. It can't film itself. But there we are. Thoroughly happy with the camera. And I'm looking forward to shooting lots more videos in the future. And I'm not on commission, I might add. Thank you for watching.